Saudi media defends Donald Trump by attacking progressive Muslim American politicians with racism, conspiracy theories.
Here's a summary of the article.
Media and pundits in Saudi Arabia, as well as those of the kingdom's close allies, have turned to racism and conspiracy theories to defend President Donald Trump and Republicans against progressive Muslim American politicians. Newly elected Representatives Ilhan Omar from Minnesota and Rashida Tlaib from Michigan, as well as Abdul El Sayed, who unsuccessfully ran for governor in Michigan, have all faced attacks and criticism from Saudi Arabia and its regional allies, Foreign Policy reported Tuesday. The writer went on to suggest that the newly elected congresswomen are part of the Muslim Brotherhood, which is banned as a terrorist organization by Saudi Arabia, the United Arab Emirates and other regional allies. These miserable beings coming from the underdeveloped worlds are more hateful to their race and to you than any enemy. Ahmad al-Faraj, a Saudi writer and researcher who works for a UAE-based advisory firm, wrote in a November tweet, sharing a screenshot of a post from Omar criticizing Saudi Arabia and its war in Yemen. Although Saudi media is attempting to portray the progressive politicians as Islamist extremists, the U.S. Commission on International Religious Freedom recently condemned the kingdom for teaching hatred and violence in schools. The positive relationship between Trump and Saudi Arabia remains firm. Despite reported CIA findings that linked the kingdom's crown prince Mohammed bin Salman to the October murder of Jamal Khashoggi, the president has reaffirmed Saudi Arabia as a great ally. Trump has argued that supporting the kingdom is putting America first, but his stance has faced significant backlash from Republican and Democratic lawmakers.
This post received a score of 18,089, with an upvote ratio of 87%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
Rich people rush to aid of rich people, and attack good, not rich people for being good people. This is the world we live in.
As a Muslim, fuck Saudi Arabia. They do not and will never speak for Islam. Please do not attend to these lunatics. They are hijacking the religion, in every way, shape or form possible.
Don't worry, I think most of us here are right there with you. Unfortunately, the people you need to get this message to are unlikely to see it.
Head on over to _Donald and get banned for saying anything anti-Saudi now. They worship their King Donnie and anything he props up.
I wonder how many of them were mad about Saudi donations to the Clinton Foundation a couple years ago.
What is funny to me is how T_D is, or was at least, heavily Islamophobic. Yet now they are sucking off the royal family of Saud, whom are pretty much the kingpins of terrorism. The mental gymnastics Trump's supporters are unbelievable. They also support murdering journalists, and I'm pretty sure that is as fascist as one could be. Heavy sigh for humanity.
If some wackos mail some prominent right-wing media figures explosive devices, you better believe that support for murdering journalists will turn on a dime. One rule for me and another for thee.
100% agreed. It's disgusting to watch how open it is becoming too. Like Trump using his hotels to profit from the Secret Service and other government employees staying at them. Especially with how often he goes to Mar-a-Lago. This is, by definition, nepotism and corruption. But the whole while these right-wing folks are acting like Trump isn't riding America like a prostitute. Like fuck, he is making Dick Cheney look clean in comparison.
I can't tell if the whole Cheney era wasn't the more successful version of all of this. They got some real hardcore neocon agendas completed. The only saving grace is that a significant portion of 45's administration seems completely inept, with Dear Leader leading the charge. If it were another country I would be completely fascinated.
I'm Somali and reading about this and related articles really tore me up. Listen, you Saudi scumbags, are you trying to turn the whole world against you? Did you really call my sister a slave? Who is the slave? At least we don't have a butcher journalist killing king to watch out for, who just barely let women drive. Seems like Somali American women like Ilhan are more free than your average Saudi women, so who's the real slave?
The best part is the underdeveloped nations remark. Saudi Arabia was among the most underdeveloped, uneducated and poorest nations in the world before literally striking oil. They've seen prosperity for less than 80 years, give me a break. To top it off, they are still extremely ignorant, and despite the wealth Saudi is run like a developing nation. This is basically trailer trash calling a hard-working employed person a bum after hitting the lotto.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.